Why do we call this the green room? Today, the green room is where performers rest, relax, wait, pace back and forth, worry, memorize lines, rehearse, and even eat and drink, but not in costume. Every theater in the world has them, and sometimes they're not even green, like here in the Victoria Theater and here in the Schuster Center. Some believe it's because green is a soothing color. Others believe it's because actors turn green because of nerves. Even more believe it's because green is the cheapest paint. The truth is, the definitive answer has been lost to history. But I'm going to share with you some of the most compelling theories. The first theory dates back hundreds of years to the medieval theater when troupes would perform outside. Theater troupes would travel all over Europe and perform on the village green in each town where they stopped. The theory goes that performers would relax on the green grass in between the shows. Thus, a place where performers would relax has come to be known as the green room. But that's not the only theory, though. Back in Shakespeare's day, actors would wait in a tiring house, possibly waiting to be attired for a show. And he seems to connect these two theories in 1595's A Midsummer Night's Dream, when Peter Quint says, "Pat, Pat, and here's a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake, our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke." Only a few years later, in 1599, in London's Blackfriars Theatre, history tells us that this theatre had a room behind the scenes where actors would wait to go on stage. It just so happened this room was painted green and was also called the green room. There is another compelling theory, though. In 1662, we have evidence that the Cockpit and Court Theatre in London was being renovated. One of the dressing room walls were not fit for the opulent and expensive fabrics the actors would wear for shows. And so, 110 yards of green baize fabric, similar to the felt on a pool table, was ordered to cover the walls. Thus, the green baize fabric, covering the walls of the green room, were actually there to protect the costumes and not for the actors' comfort. The final theory I want to share with you is worth the wait. Before modern makeup was created, performers would go to a quiet room and wait for their newly applied makeup to set on their face. Well, until that makeup was set, it was green in hue. So historians believe that the green room is a room where performers would go to wait for their green and uncured makeup to set before a performance. Today, our green rooms are places where actors, technicians, stage managers, and many others gather to rest, relax, and focus. What other theories have you heard about why we call it a green room? I want to thank all of our supporters, sponsors, donors, foundations, and everyone who's donated the value of their tickets back to Dayton Live. We've been able to keep our facilities in good shape thanks to your support, but the need is still there. So if you can, donate to Dayton Live, your home for arts, culture, and entertainment. You can do that at DaytonLive.org or text CREATE to 243-725. And now I've got one more bit of information I want to give you about the green room. The first reference we have to the green room, as we know it today, is in Thomas Shadwell's restoration comedy, A True Widow, from 1678. It's the first reference we have of a room that's green, that's theatrical. We now know that early English theaters had several green rooms with access based on the hierarchy of actors' salaries. So, it paid to be a star. Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Scenes at Dayton Live. I'll see you next time.